What's up, guys? Rob from KY Constrictors, and I'm back with a new video. It's the first one of the year 2020. I think this is going to be a fabulous year for us over here. I got a lot of new things going on. I got a lot of new pairings this year. A lot of first-time females. Hopefully they go. We get a bunch of eggs. I get to fill my incubator up some. Some great stuff going on. But this video is the start of many, and it's a very important topic, and I think it's one that everybody can relate to, because you either do it or you don't do it. That is the question. The question is, how do you properly quarantine a new snake when you first bring them into your home, your shop, whatever you have? How do you take care of that? I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to show you the steps that I take in order to prevent my collection from getting an illness or a disease or an infestation of some parasite such as mites. Especially if you get something from an unknown source. But I definitely suggest that even if you trust the source, definitely quarantine. A lot of people will technically check the snake, say they didn't say nothing, throw it right in their room, right in the room with their collection, and that's how a lot of outbursts of mites happen. That's how RIs spread. It's how every disease spreads, is exposure. And quarantine helps eliminate exposure. Alright, guys, so you got your new snake. Let me just say congratulations. You're probably real excited. You can't wait to handle it and get it out and everything and show everybody. But very important that you do this as soon as you get your snake. And that is, you want to get it into a soak. And what I do is I place the snake in not too deep of water, but enough that you want to cover most of the snake. And you want to keep it around 92 degrees, anywhere from 85 to 90 degrees. That'll be good. And you want to place the snake in there with just water for the first 5 minutes. That way it offers the snake something to drink. And next thing is you want to add just a few drops of Blue Dawn dish liquid. That right there will help kill the mite if there's anything on it, and basically helps them come off. If you've ever treated for mites, then hopefully you know that. If you haven't ever treated for mites, I do have another video. I will post that in this corner right here. But this is step one. And you want to leave it in there for 30 minutes to an hour. Preferably the longer the better. But while you're doing that, you can get your other stuff ready. Like I said, this is a quarantine. You don't want to put it into a tub that's going into a rack along with your collection. So guys, here we are, getting everything set up. First thing you need to get is your tub. Alright. The second thing you need is, of course, a type of bedding. For a quarantine, I suggest paper towels. We're going to place the paper towels in the bottom of the tub. Alright. Then you need a heat source. For your heat source, today I'm using a Zoo Med. I think it's like a 20-gallon heat pad. And it being a heat source and all, you have to control the temp. The way you control the temp is with a simple thermostat. These are great for quarantine setups. They're cheap. They won't break the bank because you've already probably spent a lot of money on your animal, so these help out. I do recommend thermostats. I would do VE, which is Vivarium Electronics. That's what I use. But these work great as well for quarantine setups. I don't suggest running a rack on these, but for single setups they work great. This type of thermostat is a jump start. You can find them on Amazon. I'll try to post the link in the description. But they have the steel probe tips, which to me are an A+. But nonetheless, you want to take and plug your heat source into the bottom of the thermostat, like so. Plug it into the wall, set it at around, I always set them around 92 because you got to get through the tub. So definitely check your temps with a temp gun. Alright, next thing you're going to need in your setup, if I can get this to stay, is you're going to need a couple hides. One for your hot side, one for your cool side. So definitely make sure that your animal is secure, but you want to keep this set up pretty basic. Alright, now that you've got your paper towel bedding in there and you got your hides, you're ready to treat with Prevenamite. And that's this stuff right here. Alright, read the instructions, guys, because this is poison. And it's pretty much 50% permethrin or permethrin. Same stuff as in Nix. Anything for lice, if you read the active ingredients, permethrin. But this right here has been patented and is for reptile mites. So I recommend using this over Nix. The Nix works, but I recommend this. You want to take reptile spray and treat your snake. Again, read the instructions. This goes directly on your snake. Here, guys, you want to grab your reptile spray, grab your snake, and grab a paper towel. This is where you apply reptile spray to your paper towel. Grab the towel, and then for starters, I like to start with the head. Here, I will gently go around the neck there, and then gently apply to the head, around the eye areas. Make sure to get in the pits real good, because that's where mites like to hide. Places like around the eyes and heat pits. Start back at the neck and gently let the snake run itself through your paper towel, through your hand. This is where you could wrap the paper towel around just like that, and then basically let the snake move. Sometimes you have to help them through. This lovely girl definitely wanted to put up a fight, but as you're doing so, you would do a visual inspection of the snake. Lift a couple scales up, see if you see anything. If you don't see anything, then there will appear your wife. Your wife then goes and proceeds to get in the refrigerator. Then she grabs out a delicious Surge, because doing this makes you thirsty. So she pours it in a glass, tells you, here, you can have what's left. I'm taking this. So maybe it's dinner time, maybe she's wanting something to drink with a sandwich. I think I nailed it. Okay, but anyway, all jokes aside, I visually inspect the snake. Make sure there's nothing in between scales. If there is, try to help them out. But mainly the paper towel will take care of it. Just go all the way down from neck to the very end of the tail. Right as you get at the vent area would be an excellent spot to check, because they definitely like to hide right there inside the vent. Check there very good. And then you're done. Take a look at your paper towel, see if you see anything on it. If you don't, I would repeat a second time just to make sure. Throw that in the bag because you want to take that outside afterwards. Spray your towel down and you're... Again, read the instructions. This goes directly on your snake. Spray it on a paper towel, run the snake through a couple of times. Make sure you do it until you don't see anything. If you do see anything, you run it through 1 or 2 times, you don't see nothing, you're good. You have to, after you treat the prevenamite though, a couple things. You have to let it air out for about 20 to 25 minutes. While you're doing that, you got your snake soaking. I'll show you what I do there. Very, very important step here though is when you are going to put the water dish in. That is the third ingredient of this setup, 2 hides water dish. But you want to wait 24 hours until you add that water dish. Give that prevenamite time to sink down, settle. You don't want it getting into your water and your animal drinking it because again, it's poison. So now we've got it set up. We're ready to put the animal in. We treated the animal. Everything's aired out. Next step, guys, when you're quarantining, make sure it's not in your reptile room. Just because you're not putting it in a rack with your other pets, that's not quarantining. You want it in an entirely different room away from everything. And I have animals all over my house. I have an iguana in my living room. I have a monitor and a bearded dragon in my bedroom, my master bedroom. And I can't quarantine in those rooms. So I'm here in my daughter's room. She has a big tall dresser here that is perfect for this tub size, right next to a plug. So this is where the quarantine process will go. This animal will stay here for 60 to 90 days. And I will monitor feedings, sheds, bathroom cycles. You know, everything that you do in your reptile room, you will also want to do with your quarantine, but you want to pay a closer eye to everything. Look for signs of RI. Is the animal eating? Is the animal shedding correctly? Is it soaking in the water dish? That kind of deal. Anyways, guys, if I've missed anything, drop it in the comments. I don't care. This is an educational video, and I want anybody who's watching it to learn from it. I mean, that's the idea here, right? We want everybody to learn, and I'm willing to learn right with you. If you do something different, let me know. Drop it in the comments down below. Anyways, if you want to learn how to treat for mites, if that's why you're here, then I'll put a link. I don't know if I can do that or not, but if not, I'll put it in the description down below. A link to my how to treat mites video. I think that was a pretty good video on how I get rid of mites if I was happen to get an outbreak. But nonetheless, you know, it's been a pretty good year so far. Day 1, January 1st, 2020. We got a lot of exciting stuff, like I said. And yeah, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button while you're down there. And I guarantee you, we'll go through this whole thing together. Because it's going to be a crazy, wild ride. Anyways, guys, I can't stress to you enough, quarantine your new animals. #1 mistake people probably make when they first start out doing this in this hobby is they don't quarantine new animals, and then they end up with an infestation of mites, or several of their other snakes got sick because they introduced a sick animal to their collection. It happens. There's guys out there, guys and gals, who will sell a sick animal and not blink an eye. It's sad, but that's why we take these precautions right here to try to keep everything safe. Hopefully this helps you. Make sure that you be good or be good at it.
Yeah, yeah.